homes. You don't have to travel. I've only, quantified the cost. I've not even spoken about the risk involved. So you don't have to travel at all. At the comfort of your homes, at the press of a button, you pay, a code is generated for you, and you get access to the portal, you fill, and you submit. You also don't have to travel to go and do any submission. And so we have put in place an arrangement to guide prospective applicants. We'll be showing you videos that have been set out to guide you. Quite apart from that, we are going to have what we call call centers, 24 hours at any given time from today on the 5th of May to on the 5th of June. Anytime you call, people will be on standby if you are facing any difficulty to guide you as to how to proceed on getting access to the portal. And as is going to be demonstrated, I bet you is a very, very simple and straightforward application. And so this is what we are seeking to launch today. Once we launch today, then the sales of the forms begins today till on the 5th of May, when we'll be closing the portal, and June when we'll be closing the portal, and the rest of the processes, if you like, the procedures will continue from there. The selection of the applicants at the various institutions, the subsequent interviews, and then the issuance of letters to you as you have been admitted to the various institutions. And so this is what we are seeking to launch today. As we proceed, as and when we think that we must further enhance on the processes and procedures, we will do so to make life very easy for everybody. And so don't go and pay any money to anybody. Please. Don't go and pay any money to anybody who is selling a code to you to have access to the platform. No. That is no more in existence. And we'll be following the procedure or the processes keenly. We'll call on all the heads of the institutions and the staff to cooperate with us with the greatest deal of respect. We want everybody to be part of the resetting agenda. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. At this point in time, we are going to have a symbolic display of the portal. And so our gentleman here will help us. Honorable Minister, please, once again, your service is needed here. The Honorable Minister will press a button.
Wow, let's give him a hand of applause.
Thank you so much, Honorable.
Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Vitus Folia Borigu. I'm one of the lead consultants in this project. And I'd like you to help me give the minister another round of applause. Okay, it's made my work very simple. So what I'll do is to walk you through the process, and I bet you it will not take you more than 5 minutes to complete the process. So, to get onto the portal, that has been communicated already. So you go to register.healthtraining.gov.gh. Once you get there, this interface will show up. So, as we said, as Minister said, it's for convenience, right? So as soon as you land on the page, you notice that there's a lot of information for the prospective applicants. You will notice there is support lines, and you will notice there is a small video tutorial here as well. Okay, so once you can read and you get onto the portal, you should be able to self-service yourself. Okay, so one of the most important things that we have introduced in this platform is what we call the eligibility test. Okay, so before even you apply, you need to...
So you have to look at the top bar. The view eligibility is up there. He didn't conjure it. Yeah. It's up there. So you see, so you go straight to it. So you click on that one. That is what brought you this page. So you search for the eligibility, and if you don't search and go and look for it, it won't come automatically.
Correct.
So it comes, and then you go to go ahead.
All right. So it's important that you go through this, right? Because, I mean, there are some kind of criteria you need to meet before you can, I mean, be enrolled in a particular program, right?
So these are the requirements. Now, when you read this requirement and you convince yourself that you qualify before you proceed,
yeah.
if you don't qualify and you proceed,
as your own,
that you are ready to dash out something.
Correct.
So it's nobody's fault.
Yes.
I'm telling you this because I know people who fall foul of it. So please, you read, you go through the criteria, the cutoff point, and whatever before you go and pay. At this point, you've not paid the money yet. So
correct.
You've not paid anything.
Yeah.
What you are reading and where you have gone to, you've not paid anything yet. Go ahead. Some of my directors are not happy with me.
So let's go straight to the point now, right? So you've satisfied yourself that you're okay. Look, my grades are good. I'm ready to apply, and I know I have all the qualifications, right? So, like Minister rightly said, you don't need to go to a bank to begin the process. You just come and click on make payment and register. Click on it.
So already application fee is there. It's been shown.
Correct.
So you see the application fee. Then there are two bars, make payment and register, and already paid. You know, when I was speaking, I said that if you pay and you start the procedure and you don't conclude, you don't finish, you can come back and continue. So if you have already paid, you don't go back to make payment again. Are we following? Yes. You don't go back to make payment, then you go to already paid and then you log in and you continue from where you left off. Continue.
All right. Give him a hand. Action man. Okay. Hello. Okay, another very important aspect is the notice that is in red there, right? I want a volunteer to read this. I don't know if it is clear, but what it says is this: please enter your surname and other names exactly as they appear on your official certificate. Once submitted, your surname and other names cannot be changed. Ensure that your names match your certificate before pressing the pay button.
So we're giving you all this information before you pay anything. So if you log in here it will be exceedingly difficult, if not impossible, to change your name. That is why it's in red.
Right.
It will pop up. If you have to go and change your name, it will not be on our portal. Then you go and pass through the affidavit system and what have you. So you can't change. We don't have the powers to change names on our portal.
Okay. Then let me throw more light on that. Because at the end of it, it will generate PIN and serial for you. Just in case your serial and PIN gets into the wrong hands, even if they log in, it's your name and details that will be there. So it will be useless to them. Okay. But of course, in instances where there's a genuine case, there's another process that will follow. That's administratively, right? But please, in fact, filling a form, understand, is also part of the test. Okay, so get it right. So I will demonstrate, and someone help me, by filling this form and then going ahead to pay. Okay. So my surname is Abbo. Okay, so you need an email, a working email, right? So that they will know how it's done. So vsub09@gmail.com is my personal email, right? Gmail. Yeah.
Mobile number.
Just to be sure.
And here, whatever number you are using, here, whatever number you are using, if you use your uncle's number, the information will go onto the phone on that number. So whatever number you are using here is what will receive the feedback.
Okay, so the number here is the payer. So of course your father can pay for you, but make sure that he puts in your details. Okay, so at this point, it takes you to the payment portal, right? Which is the Ghana.gov platform. So once I click on pay, you click on continue as guest. And then there are a number of payment instruments that you can use to pay for the form. Bank card, mobile money, scan and pay with a short code, or pay at the bank, right? But I'm going to demonstrate with mobile money, which we expect that about 90% of applicants will use that. So, exactly, I'm going to pay 150 for you. So I have a prompt, the normal Momo prompt that you get, right? That says I should pay 150 Ghana cedis. So I'll proceed to do that. So I've successfully done that. So what is happening now is that it's now communicating with the MTN people to validate that I truly have that amount in my wallet, right? Once that is gone through, I should receive messages on my mobile phone as well as in my email. So I'll soon demonstrate that. So at this point, we were waiting for mobile money company to validate the payment. It will soon happen. Once that is happening, Okay, so it's gone. So payment successful. At this point, I am good to go.
So there was an instruction before this point. There was a check payment status.
Yes.
So it means that it will not pop up automatically. That's what it means.
Yes.
So it means that you have to go to the yellow bar to go and check your papers. If it fails, it will tell you it has failed. If it's successful, you will see that it's successful.
Okay, so let me read some messages I got from just this transaction that at this stage, right? You will get a receipt from Ghana.gov that says, hello Vitus, your 150 Ghana sales payment for sales of form has been received by Health Training Institute. Payment reference is this. So it's important to keep this payment reference just in case you have any issue along the way. Okay, the support will normally ask you for your payment reference, and you will use that to for them to use it to help you. You will also receive a message from the institute. Okay, that also says this: log in to a link, and then they'll give you your PIN and your serial. Okay, but as I go along, you will also see that the PIN will be generated. Okay, so the PIN is printed to you as you are doing it. It's also sent to you via SMS and then also sent to you via email. Is that okay? So let's. So just to demonstrate, okay, this is a message from the institute that communicates my PIN and serial. Right. Then there's another message from the payment company, or let me say the Ghana.gov platform, that also gives you your receipt and details. So we try to give you as much information as possible so that at any point in time you have issues, you have certain documents to come and ask for support. Right? So let's go on. Because I will need this serial and PIN to move on to the next stage, which is now getting onto the platform to complete your form filling. So in order not to lose this, I will put it here.
The other way, if you are like me, you can write it.
Yes. So once I click continue to log in, it brings you to the portal. Okay, you need to authenticate yourself with the PIN and serial that was generated and sent to you via email, SMS, and then in fact at the point of registration. So let's go on and input our PIN. Okay, so I was praying that it doesn't fail. Computers sometimes can disgrace you when you really. Okay, so there's it. I mean, those of you who have been filling these forms already, you will notice that nothing much has changed in terms of your UI, your normal process, right?
So at this point, you have paid your money.
Yeah.
You now have access to the portal. How will you get access? After paying, you are given a PIN and the serial number. It's the PIN and the serial number that is leading you to the portal.
Right.
So we've inputted the PIN and the serial number, and now we have the portal.
So, I need your guidance. Should I think we wanted another.
So the program details.
Yeah.
So now you are ready to apply. You must know the program you want to apply. So the program details is there.
So let's say I want to do a degree. Okay.
So if you have the degree courses and the diploma courses, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the person wants to do degree. So all the degree institutions will then pop up.
Correct. Right. And this, I can assure you, has been validated and validated. It was on our neck. Okay, so we can guarantee that all the necessary data that is supposed to be there is here. Okay, so let's say we want to, this is just for demonstrating, right? Okay, then you then go ahead and choose the specific.
But if you go to degree, all the degree courses must cover.
Correct.
But why is it? When you went to degree, I saw very few.
Yeah. Degree courses for King Campo.
Okay. Okay. So it was specific.
Correct.
Good. So it is with respect to a
The
particular
institution that is selected.
Good.
So let's do nutrition. So at this point, the first stage is complete. You can go to next. And here, with your certificates and things ready, okay, you go ahead and fill your grades and stuff like that. So you choose the subject. So let's say agriculture science.
That is the certificate you have,
Yes.
not the one you are going to do. The one you are going to use to fill the form. If it's general science or general art or you choose.
Yeah, so that's the elective area, right? Then you choose the subject that you want to enter the details for. So if chemistry had B2, then you input the index number. Okay, and then the year that that particular exam was written, and then the month. Okay, so you are done with chemistry. You choose another one subject, you enter the grade, and then the year, and then the index number, and then the month. Okay, you need three.
So the rationale behind these two steps is that you can use more than one certificate. If you had, let's say, you wrote the exam twice, then you have chemistry A, and the other one you had B. So you can choose which index number had the A and which grade you have.
Okay, so we are now electives, then come to the core subjects. English, same index number. Mathematics, and a short
All these information will be on your certificate.
All right. Okay, so I'm done. So it then takes me to the last stage for me to review. The contact details, right? So you need to then enter certain more information about your personal details. So you notice that the names you can't change. It's been engraved.
So name he inputted in the beginning is here.
I can't make changes to it.
Automatically pop that.
Okay. So Ghana card here is optional. If you don't have it, you don't have to provide. But if you have it, you provide. Okay. So I don't have it in this case. I can tell that I'm male, and then I can choose. Yeah. Let me choose this. Country, Ghana. And then the language is spoken. Do I have any problem with my physical material? Then I can then choose. We need a picture. Let me show you. residential address. So I think they are okay. Full parents, you need to indicate your. Okay, so these are the details you need to provide. If I click on proceed and I don't have some information that is supposed to be provided, it will not allow me to proceed. Okay, so like I said, I forgot of my birthdays. Okay, so we are good. Okay, so this is a preview. So at this point, each of the stages, if I have not finished, I can go the next day and come and complete, right? Okay, so at this point, you can review all the information that you have provided. If you are pretty sure that this is what you want to submit, okay, then you go ahead, okay, and then click on that. But if you still think you need to correct certain things, the edit buttons here will allow you to do that. Okay, for the purpose of time. Before you submit it, it wants you, or not let me use the word, it wants you to confirm. It prompts you. Yeah, it prompts you, right? That, hey, are you really sure that this is what you want to do? Once you say yes, then you lock the form. Okay, and then you can go ahead and print it. Okay, so that's a summary. Okay. So that's all it takes, and at this point, it's gone to the institution, and then they will then look at your details and then take the next step. So that's how simple it is, and at this point, you would have been done.
Like, do you have anything to say?
I think we still have
Somebody to
someone to.
But before he does that, do you have any comment?
So
That's okay. Let's like chat. Anything?
Okay, so you can print this and keep it and file it if you want, but the system is always available with your credentials. You can always come in and look at your details. So that's how simple it is, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, so we delayed because of the teaching and all the options available. So we have a prospective applicant around. Is he or she around?
Yes, she's around.
But I don't know whether he or she wants his records to be published. So let's be very careful whether he wants. So if we should go on. We should continue, or she wants to.
I think we're going to continue.
Are you sure you can take that decision for yourself? I don't think so. So let's end here. Yeah. Let's end here. So this is the new quarter, and not only this, but the grace of God when we get to recruitment, we revise a lot of things. Any point we get to think through the processes and then revise it. So you not hear that somebody has taken money from me and says he's giving. No. So here I'm going to find a way to allow or disallow somebody on the portal so that the portals will be controlled. When they say that we are closed, it must be closed. We don't have a situation when they say that we close, then people have access to the portal. These are all the checks we are putting in place. If you have ideas, you can bring it. Ideas are not in only one person's head. So if you have anything to contribute, they are ready. You will listen to everybody. If you come and they are sorry, why not? We add it on to build the Ghana we all want. Thank you very much. It's done. Yes, I've said it that if you are going through, so the numbers, if you are going through some difficulties, you can call some numbers. We are going to display the numbers. It's there. It's on the portal already. You can call for assistance. But please don't handle like you handle fire service people. Somebody will call without even saying anything or just abusing the system. And that's problematic. And so the number is there. Where is the number? And we have a video. All that we have gone through, we have a video at the page. So you can take your time and go through the video before you start the registration. So the video is there. And then where is the number? I can't see the number.
It's at the right side.
Yes. So I think the numbers are here.
Yes.
I'm there. So that is it. Now the man hygiene people have photographs.
Someone has a question.
Okay. Regarding the yes, madam. That's when you have had the admission. The new process. That's the point.
Yeah.
So that was a different route. You can go through your school, show them the evidence, and change it from there.
So it should be said clearly that the parent fight for your child and use your child's details because they think they can use the parent's name to do the purchase, then the serial can be given while they continue with the course to reflect their name when they do the production.
Very much. So that is it. Whatever number you are using for your picture is where your information will go. So for example, your parents can use your number to do the pictures for you. And then the feedback will come onto your phone. So that must help us. Any other? Yes.
I know, I think I want to see that.
Okay.
You can use your own mobile number, pay for your card, but your card is the one that you have to enter. So that's the thing. Yeah, so you are not saying that you use the customer to pay for it. You use your number to pay for your card. But if your card makes that.
Yes, somebody.
First of all, thank you for such an initiative. But my question is you.
We did.
That you use the portal.
So we know challenges that we do face when it comes to scalability. When there is too much pressure on the system, it tends to break down. That even when you input the password, it doesn't go through. So please, what measures have you put in place to solve that issue? Thank you very much.
So this is not, even though the interface looks the same, it's not the same platform as we're using, right? So that's one thing I want to do. So we learn from the old system in terms of scalability. So what with this one we can guarantee you that you will not face those issues because we have what we call ramping up. So we are monitoring 24/7 as and when we need to increase resources of the server. We do it to meet the traffic on the day. Okay, so this week we have intentionally ramped it up such that such hitches will not occur. Okay, but don't confuse that with if you are having challenges with your local problem. Okay, if your phone is, you don't have data and then at a certain point you cut off, you don't say the system is the one that is misbehaving, but it's you. Okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I have a question concerning the World Hand Hygiene. From the presentation, I got to understand that the main focus of this initiative is not just on the health workers, but also to the Ghanaian as a whole, so our population, right, our people. And one thing that was being emphasized during the presentation, the demonstration of the hand washing technique, was the use of clean water. And my question is that, since we want everyone in the country to be on board in performing this procedure, how or what are the measures or actions that are going to be taken to ensure that people who do not have access to clean water are being involved in this initiative? Thank you very much.
This question is
Okay, so they are talking to you about the ideal situation. So you see, when they were making the presentation, they got to a point, they said that those who had the opportunity and couldn't take advantage of the opportunity, they didn't talk about those who didn't have the opportunity. So this is the ideal situation we are preaching, okay? And so as much as possible within where you find yourself, if you can get the clean water, please do so. If you cannot get the clean water and you can even get hand sanitizer, please use the hand sanitizer. I cannot stand here and promise you that every part of this country will have that clean water you are talking about. But of course, government is doing its best to make sure we have potable drinking water or water that we can use for some of these things. But we are human beings. You go to the farm and you may not have access to water. You must have your hand sanitizer in your pocket or in your tools so that you can use intermittently. So they were talking to us about the ideal situation where you have access to these things, but you never do. In this ministry, we have the washroom, the taps are flowing, everything, soap is there. But somebody may not take advantage of this because of ignorance. That is what they are preaching. Is that my idea? So I think, hey, Mumi Nkone. Yes, the last one.
Thank you, Honorable, for the initiative. This, I want to ask whether there's an offline system for the application where one find him or herself in a rural community where access to internet becomes difficult, able to purchase the form through the payment. They are able to do it halfway, and whenever they find themselves in a zone, good for them automatic.
Yes, so if I get your question, first of all, a purchase of the cereal can be done through, we have not communicated that, but that is the USSD shortcode, right? Where you can dial and then make payments. I guess that is what you are trying to refer to, right? But remember that after that, you still need to get to a place where you can get internet to fill the form. Without that, you cannot proceed, even in the old process, right? So that is the same thing that we have adapted. But I hear your suggestion.
Maybe in future,
Yeah.
when we are building to also look at the offline areas. But for now if it goes to and it goes on well, it doesn't go well. So we are calculating the risk.
Exactly.
You understand? Now we are calculating the risk so that we do something that will stop the risk. Let's take it one after the other. It is better to travel from where there is no one network to where there is network to get do these things than to travel all the way to be in the ecosystem of one. We'll get there gradually.
But it's in our notes. It's in our notes. Okay? Yeah. All right. Thank you so much for the audience on my part.
Thank you very much, sir, for that technical walkthrough. Yes, please. I think he has done so well. Let's give him a round of applause. And a round of applause for yourself as well. And a bigger one for the Honorable Minister. So, yes, very soon we'll be taking our photographs. On behalf of the Honorable Minister, I want to thank each and every one of you for making time to be here. I know some of us were here because of the World Hygiene Day, but then we have sat through for the launch of the today in this auditorium. And Minister, we are so grateful to you for your time. Another round of applause for him. Yes, so once again, I just want to say thank you very much. Yes, we'll do it after the closing prayer, which of course maybe you will do that for us.
MC, I'm told that immediately at the launch, about 200 people have applied.
Wow. Wow.
That's how fast it is.
Yes.
How many? 400. It's going up, eh?
400. Wow. That's great. I think this is a very great initiative. In fact, we have closed, and I just want someone to say the closing prayer for us. Somebody should volunteer to say the closing prayer for us so that we can take our group photographs. Any hand up? Or shall I come to someone with a microphone? Hey! Director.